Have you ever heard someone make the statement, yo, I was in a dark place in my life? Sure you have. People say it all the time to imply a bad time that they were going through. In the Western culture and abroad, the word dark implies everything but good. According to the etymological meaning, the word dark means without light, to hide, to conceal, obscure, gloomy, sad, cheerless, sinister, and wicked. In the Middle Ages in European history, the word dark was used to signify the period of ignorance called the Dark Ages. Darkness seemed to always suggest ignorance, evil, and unhappiness, and light seems to always signify knowledge, purity, and happiness. This is the lies that they teach, and this is how black is misused to put fear of black-skinned people in all others. This form of ignorant teaching has helped to perpetuate racism via subliminal suggestions like black is bad, devil food cake is dark, angel food cake is white. The bad guy wears all black in a movie and the good guys wears light colors. The black sheep of the family is the bad family member, and to walk by a black cat is somehow bad luck. They even call the devil the prince of darkness. And because of this, darkness is now looked upon as evil and the light is looked upon as good. But allow me to teach you differently, because this is clearly misinformation. Welcome to Back to the Basics, where you learn facts, hope you embrace it. Watch, like, share, bring in awareness. Watch, like, share, bring in awareness. I'm fearless. Welcome to Back to the Basics, where you learn facts, hope you embrace it. Watch, like, share, bring in awareness. Watch, like, share, bring in. At this time, I want you to use that powerful mind of yours and just think for a second. If the planet Earth must be lit up by the sun, which is a form of fire, which is light, ask yourself, what state is the planet really in? I'll wait. The fact remains that our world is in darkness. And just like walking into a dark room, the sun is likened to the light that allows us to see, for without it, we would be in darkness. You know this to be true because if you were to use a powerful telescope to examine space, you will find that there are billions of suns out there. Some are even bigger than ours in this vast universe. And with all that light, space is still dominated by darkness. Why is that? So let's think about this. If light must be lit, ignited, or cut on, that would mean that it has limitations. That also means that it did not always exist as darkness, which always was. Calling light knowledge is true, for it is simple to know something, and things happen with the light. But true existence is the pure state in which the light is cut off, and this created the reason to neglect facts. Darkness is the perpetual truth of existence before the light. Many people know this because the God in whom most people believe in, according to their Bible, said, "Let there be light," confirming that God resides in darkness first. In fact, he must have been darkness as the intelligence that turned on the light. So the darkness in which God dwelled must have been good. And if the opposition to God is believed to be the devil, who is also called Lucifer, which means the morning star or the light bearer, message, who exists in a place called hell, which is always taught as a place full of fire, which is light, we can conclude that the white light in which the devil dwells is evil. You should now be able to see, using your intellect, that someone reversed this knowledge and played a trick on all of us. The light is the devil's tool, and the darkness is good. The darkness is peaceful. The darkness is tranquil and blissful. The darkness is where God dwells, so it got to be good. The light, on the other hand, blinds us from this fact. Like the fact that the opposite of light is not darkness, but most people think it is. You see, it's all about polarity. For there to be an opposite of anything, those two things must be the same thing on one pole at two different extremes. For example, hot and cold are opposites, for they are the two extremes of the same thing called temperature. Tall and short are opposites, for they are the two extremes of the same thing called measurement. Male and female can also be opposite because they are two extremes of the same thing called sex. Love and hate are opposites because they are the two extremes of the mental state planted in the same thing called emotions. But light and darkness can never be opposites because there is no base in which both are rooted in to render them the same thing, because they're not. Darkness is permanent and eternal, meaning it was always here, and light is temporary and therefore has limitations. You know this because you can cut off light, but you can never cut off darkness, for the darkness always existed. The light is in darkness, and where there is light, there's always a shadow, which is darkness. But where there is true darkness, there is no light, and thus darkness is all, never the other way. So darkness and light can never be opposites or the same thing. Think about this. Your thoughts take place in the darkness of your mind, and thus mental is blackness. You must begin to understand that all things originate from and in darkness, and thus darkness is the source of all existence. And since we all came by way of darkness, then it stands to reason that nothing can rise higher than it. We have all ignorantly accepted this idea that darkness is evil and light is good, when the reverse is true, for dark has not killed, but light has killed many in the form of fires and lightning. We all can attest that we feel safe to sleep at night in darkness. Dark does not blind, but light does. You were without light in triple darkness in the womb of your mother and felt safe as you grew. It was only after God created the light, evil started to be known. And therefore, each of us did not know evil until we were born in this world of light, which is chaos. So find your way back to black, the true darkness. I'm Kef Ray, and this is Back to the Basic. Like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. Peace. Facts we stated. You wanna know something? Go back to basics. Mozart trapping was called the Matrix. The world frivolized, yet it's hard to face it. So I spread truth, hope you embrace it.